And we are live. Excellent. Wonderful to see you, Rosie. And welcome everyone to the Lockdown Economy, a non-profit social educational initiative that helps small businesses and self-employed professionals to overcome the challenges of the pandemic. We collect really unique insights from entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. So that's really the essence of our initiative. And I'm happy to share that it was registered by the United Nations as an acceleration action towards the Sustainable Development Goals as a response to the COVID-19. And today, with that introduction, I'm happy to welcome here our new interview host, Rosie Allison. Hello, Rosie.
Hi, Julia. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. So tell me a little bit about where you are, what are you doing right now? So what are you busy with and who are you? So that our viewers also know that.
Okay, so I'm from the UK. I was born in the UK, the north of England, North Yorkshire. And right now I'm not there. I'm actually in the Netherlands, in Rotterdam, and I'm studying a master's degree in media and the creative industries. So at the moment, I'm quite busy with assignments, working towards that, learning all about media and how it works in the creative industries. So TV, publishing, all sorts.
Yes, and that's practically what we are left with, right? With the lockdown and the pandemic, all we are left with is the digital communication. Really, not much in the world of reality. But tell me, why did you decide to join the lockdown economy?
So to supplement my studies, I was looking for kind of a volunteering scheme, something to do with media, maybe content creation, etc. And I came across this initiative, and I immediately thought it's perfect. Not only do I get to grips with some media communication, but also during the pandemic, I felt like many people, I think, a little bit helpless. So I really wanted to help, but I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm a student, so I don't have funds really to donate to anybody. So I thought this was a really great way that I could use my skills in communication and media to help businesses that have been struggling a bit during this pandemic. So that's how I found you, and I'm really happy to be on board.
And that's a beautiful motivation. I'm really, really happy to hear it because indeed, so many of us, are struggling with the businesses, and so many of us are trying to help, but not everyone is a doctor, just like you said. And I'm glad that we found you and you found us, because I'm sure it's also an open call for anyone who would like to help us to volunteer with us, because today we're onboarding Rosie Allison as our interview host in English. We also do interviews in other languages. So if you're watching this and you feel like you also want to help us to interview businesses, please reach out. And what are you hoping to achieve with your participation and further on in your journey, Rosie?
Yeah, so like I said, I'm studying at the moment. And so within a year, I hope to be entering the job market in kind of the field of communications, maybe content creation, hopefully in the creative industries. So obviously this gives me a little bit of experience in the field of communications and content creation. But if I can help in any way, kind of connecting small businesses, making sure that entrepreneurship is still flourishing in this difficult time, that's basically my primary goal. If I can have one person that says, oh, I listened to your interview and I really found that part intriguing and it's helped me apply it to my own small business, and I'm actually succeeding because of that, then that would be, goal accomplished for me.
Wonderful. I really hope somebody will say that. And, you have, I'm sure, the couple of interviews already lined up and coming up. And you probably already acquainted yourself with the interviews that were done earlier this year in June. So was there anything that's particularly stood out to you and inspired you?
Yeah, so I listened to one interview from a woman from England, from the UK. Her name was Danny Lou Carr, I believe, and she had a business in leadership and communication and creativity, helping businesses with that. And she struggled in the beginning of the pandemic because the majority of her talks, they were all face-to-face. So she had kind of conferences where she would help people with their business. And obviously she was left without that, completely with nothing. And so she quickly had to change to her business being predominantly online. And I really liked kind of the human side of what she was saying. She made sure that she was still in contact with all of her clients. She made sure that they were okay as well, which I thought was brilliant. You know, when we're in these positions where it's a bit difficult, often we can only think about ourselves. But she was saying how she immediately reached out to her clients to make sure that they were doing okay. And I think that was one of the primary reasons why she was able to keep her clients in that period where she was changing things from in a classroom to online. And so I thought that was really inspiring.
Yeah, absolutely. Showing compassion in these times is really important, and not just showing, but like feeling it towards other people, because we're all in this boat together. And we spoke with the previous interview host from Italy, that we are all interconnected, like everything else on our planet. And
Yeah.
And yes, I agree with you about the video of interview from Danny Lucar. I recommend it to anyone who hasn't watched it yet. If you just put Danny Lucar and lockdown economy in the Google search, this video will probably pop up at the very, very top. So, and besides, I think Danny has just recently launched a leadership course for women. So if you're interested in that, also look into that. You know, check out our page on LinkedIn, AlterContacts. You know, there will be some details somewhere around this video, so stay tuned. So tell me, Rosie, you know, you're going to be our ambassador, you're going to be our interviewer. Maybe you would like to invite the businesses, the self-employed professionals to participate and to share their stories with you.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm from the UK, and so I'd like to invite anybody in the UK who's watching now to get in touch. I would love to have an interview with you. It's really beneficial for yourself because you can spread the word of your business, but also there's this big database now of the interviews that Julia and other hosts have been doing that you can benefit from, getting their tips and expertise. I'm from the north of England, so I'd love it if we could get some northern companies involved. Often in the UK, there's a lot of emphasis on the south, so I'd really like it if we could find some smaller businesses from some of these more rural areas in the north. But anybody, if you want to get in touch to share your story, I'd be really, really happy to speak to you.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Rosie. And just to give a couple more details, so we are inviting any self-employed professional registered in the Chamber of Commerce or somewhat similar, or any micro and small business is welcome to share their story with us. Small would qualify if you have less than 25 employees or less than 200,000 revenue per year. Yes, please reach out to me or to Rosie, because Rosie is going to be responsible right now for the English language interviews, not just with the United Kingdom, but also here in the Netherlands, maybe somewhere in Australia, New Zealand. We have things lined up and interesting. So yes, reach out. And oh yes, the database. I would say it's a more knowledge base, and I would like to also introduce that we are now working with a couple of independent educators to turn the interviews into actually the educational content by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. And if you feel like you have the background in education and you want to help us to turn the interviews into really something tangible that businesses can apply and can learn from, then please also reach out. We welcome any kind of help we can get, because it's a nonprofit project with a good heart and with a really good goal. So is there anything else, Rosie, you would like to add for our listeners?
I think that's everything. Just I'm very happy to be here and look forward to hearing from any small businesses and entrepreneurs in the future.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Rosie. Anyone who's watched it, thank you very much for joining us. And all the details are somewhere in this description for this video or somewhere around it. Anyway, Rosie Allison, find her on LinkedIn or find me on LinkedIn and just connect, just write to us and we'll be in touch. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.